Hello, my name is Susan Rushton, as you know, and this is AhMuse. And before we go any further, I want to explain what AhMuse is. I'm saying this because the muses are those who are delighted by art, who make communities better by urging and applauding art of all kinds. And we have lots of those here. The 8 muses, remember, were the goddesses of science and the arts. And the muse I have now is one of the many muses in Foothills Quilters Guild. This is Colleen Voet. Colleen Voet, who is president of the Foothills Quilters Guild, and she says she's not the perfect quilter, but she's the president. And so I don't know, how long have you been president?
It's been a little over 6 months, about 8 months.
Okay. And if you are interested in the Foothill Quilters, foothillquilters.org, and I am always amazed to see this. I am thrilled to talk with people who involve themselves with quilting. The more you do, the better you get, and the more you see the amazed. I'm just so and eventually, my God, and I may say that. Well, I did say that. I'm charmed beyond everything at what I see when I am involved with quilters.
So am I.
Are you really?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because there are so many amazing quilters out there, and it's just so many different kinds of things you can do. You know, everybody likes something different, but it's a big range. It ranges from quilts that are vintage, that were made in the 1850s, and all through the years until now, and art quilts. And some people are nuts. They'll make a quilt with 20,000 pieces in it. It probably takes 2 years. I saw one.
Only 2 years.
Yeah, well, I saw one where someone spent 5,000 hours quilting it, which is the sewing that's on the top of the quilt. 5,000 hours.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yes. But that's
I would never do that. I can appreciate it, but I would never even consider doing that.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah.
I don't have the time or the patience.
You don't have the time or the patience.
No.
But
No.
But as we are sitting here, I see you have 3 of the quilts that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
How many quilts have you made? Have you counted?
I haven't counted, but it's a few hundred.
Okay. You don't have the time.
Not to spend
you have the time
5,000
to do
hours.
this. What really amazes me is that your group and I imagine the women working in the 1800s and the 1700s, mm-hmm. because they had to. Mm-hmm. Because they had to. This, if they wanted a something to keep warm, they had to make it.
Right. So it was a combination of that and giving them something to do that wasn't really just work, I think. And a lot of it was very social. They got quilting bees. You know, everything was quilted by hand, which
yes.
is getting to be a lost art, especially as we get older and everybody's hands start hurting and they can't quilt by hand anymore. Yeah. But so it was a way to get together with other women.
Yes.
And then make
and get help.
And
yes.
And make blankets and things that their families needed. I mean, they worked all day.
Yes.
And so this lots of times was their only relaxation, I guess.
But it wasn't relaxation. They were working.
Well, but it's not the same. Because you're creating something. You know, when you clean your house, it's clean for like 20 minutes. And then you have to do it again. But when you make a quilt, it's there for a long time.
Yes.
So you can feel some accomplishment by having it done.
Okay. Before we go any further, we need to stop and see one of your favorite one of your favorite quilts. So we need to stop, and then we'll see the quilt, and then we'll talk about it. All right, Colleen, show us your one of your quilts.
Okay, this one is hand appliqué,
Hand applique.
which means the pieces are all cut out separately and then they're turned under and then sewn by hand around all the edges.
Okay, and so you did the background first.
Well, that's just a piece of fabric.
What?
The background is just a piece of fabric.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, and you sewed that specifically
Yeah.
that way. Okay.
Well, the sewing you see is the quilting on top.
Yes.
The fabric was just one piece of. This is all one piece of fabric,
And so it's nothing. We're not supposed to pay any attention to it, but I think it's lovely. You chose a lovely piece of background
yeah,
stuff.
I like it. I like it.
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. How old is that?
It's a couple years old. I can't remember what I did it for.
For
But I like
fun?
it.
For fun?
Well, lots of times we do things for challenges. The guild, especially a guild, will have a challenge where they give you some criteria to meet. Oh, I know what this was.
Oh, good.
I didn't bring the story though. The criteria, the challenge was to, what was it? It was to make I should have thought about this before
Oh, don't
I
worry
came.
about it. Don't worry about it.
Something with your birth month.
Okay.
Okay. So my birth month is March.
Four
and-
of them. There are 4 of them.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so I found that in a date in March, one of the towns in Southern California enacted a non-smoking law in March. And so I came up with this whole story about, well, okay, if you can't smoke, then you have to do something different, and you have a lot more, and then you have to quit, and then you have more money. And when you have more money, you do things, and one thing you do is travel. And when you travel in California, you will go along the road and you'll see that there are California poppies that show you parts of the road.
Yes.
And the story's better than this, and so this is why it's a March quilt, because it's poppies relating back to this date in March when they couldn't smoke in town anymore.
Okay.
So,
But it's beautiful.
so it was a March quilt.
Yes, I just love that. I just love that. Thank you.
I did another March quilt that was called, the pattern was called can't remember what it was.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the pattern, but anyway.
Okay. Okay. So since we are talking about quilters and the Foothill Quilter Guild, foothillquilters.org, you guys are having your 41st annual quilt show,
Mhm.
which is when?
September 19th and 20th. September 19th and 20th is at Parkside Church in Auburn,
North Auburn,
Mhm.
way up off of 20.
off
No.
of Bell.
Yeah, it's not 23, it's 40,
Off of 49.
49, yes, 49.
Yeah. And it's going to be a really nice show. We have over 300 quilts and a couple of special displays. And we have raffle baskets and drawings and door prizes and a cafe, and it's going to be a fun time.
Yes, so I have, the admission is $10, free parking, and there's a featured quilter named Peggy Wormington.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Peggy Wormington?
She's one of our members who's just absolutely amazing. She's
More amazing than you.
Oh, way more, way more. Yeah, she's been quilting for, she says, 70 years, and she's been a member for about 10. member of our guild for about 10.
Uh-huh.
And one of the first quilts I saw of hers, there's all kinds of different kinds of quilts. One is like miniature, where your pieces are maybe an inch big, really small pieces, and the quilt is no more than, say, 24 inches like this. That's a miniature quilt. She had one with these miniature pieces, and it was huge.
Oh!
It was like,
Ah!
I couldn't
Oh,
believe
my
it.
God.
Holy cow. But she's done so many great things. She's really good at applique, all kinds of different kinds of quilts. She's a wonderful teacher. She teaches classes for the guild, and she's a great teacher, and she's a very nice person too. Her quilts are worth going, and she'll be there the whole show so people can talk to her and see. She has a display of probably 20 or 30 quilts of hers.
Wow.
And they'll all be there, and she'll talk about them. She's a very nice person and really helpful. She's been a member for about 10 years, I say that.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
say that.
This is a big thing with really perfect people. Again, this 41st annual quilt show is on September 19 and 20. Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 10 to 3, and admission is $10. Free parking, cafe, raffle, baskets, door prizes, special displays, vendors, good grief.
Mhm.
And this wonderful woman, Peggy Wormington.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I would like to see another one of your quilts, please.
This one is one of my favorite.
Hold on.
That's the top.
Oh, this is, okay. This is one side.
Oh, that's the front.
Oh, okay, it's the front.
That's the back.
And there's a back, which is also beautiful. So when you were opening this, you were saying something about it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite kind of quilts. It's called a Bargello.
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 Bargello, okay.
And it basically has like one fabric that moves throughout the quilt, up and down.
Okay.
So like see this purple one, it goes down.
Yeah.
And then it goes here, like that. And it's
beautiful.
yeah, I really like it.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
You
It was a challenge to make because the main thing was I started it in a class and I did about a quarter of it in the class. And then I put it away for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. And then I brought it back out and decided to finish it. But the problem was I didn't look at my seam allowances in the first part that I'd already done. So when I did the other 2/3 and put them together, they were different sizes.
Oh.
Because even a couple threads difference in all your seams, when you have this many seams, made one of them this long and one of them this long.
No wonder I'm not. Okay.
So I had to re-sew all the seams in the first section that I did.
Oh my. But you did.
Yeah.
With some sort of pleasure, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because this is what you were doing, and this is
and then
what
I finished it.
and you liked it. You wanted to keep it, and
then
yeah.
I quilted it. I quilted myself. There's actually, we say there's 3 ways to quilt a quilt. There's probably 4, but one is by hand, one is by machine, and one is by check.
check.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I understand hand, and I understand machine.
Uh-huh.
Please explain check.
I make the top. I'm not quilting it myself. I'm going to pay someone to quilt it for me.
Oh, money.
Yeah. And in the machine quilting, there are 2 ways of doing that. One is on your regular domestic machine, where the machine's there, and you move the fabric around and to get the design you want. And the other is what's called a long arm, which is a big machine that has, an arm that's this long.
At least that long.
Yeah, sometimes bigger, sometimes
Uh-huh.
just 3 feet. and you put it on a frame, and then the quilt stays still, and you move the machine to make the design. And I have one of those. I have a small long arm, so all
A
these
small
design-
long arm.
Yeah.
So it's not that long.
No, mine's not 3 feet. Mine's only 18 inches.
Okay.
Or 20. Mine's 20 inches.
Okay.
So yeah, it's smaller. So you move the machine to get the design you want. So the swirls and all that, you're doing it by hand.
Wow.
And then it can also, some people do it by computer.
Okay.
Computer controls the machine.
Now, you've done this,
Mhm.
and could Peggy Wormington make it better? Better than you?
Better?
Yeah.
She'd probably make it bigger.
Okay.
No, not necessarily better.
Not better.
No.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And
We don't really care about things like that.
Oh, good. You
Because
just want to do what you want to do, and,
Yeah.
and you learn from each other, and
That's right.
and you admire each other.
And in the show, you'll find some quilts that are absolutely spectacular. And you find some quilts that are nice and fairly what I consider ordinary. I consider pretty ordinary.
This is what?
I consider this pretty ordinary. But the nice thing about it is that
I consider it pretty.
the
I
nice
don't
thing,
consider
but
it
in
ordinary.
a show like that, it's really nice to see what I consider ordinary quilts because you can get a lot of inspiration from that. I mean, you go to a big show and see these 5,000 hours of quilting, I'm never going to do it. I can appreciate it, but I'm never going to do it. But I can go to a show like ours and see quilts that I could actually do. And I can say, oh, I've got fabric like that, or oh, I've got the perfect fabric for that pattern, or, you know, things like that.
I think I'll
it's really-
try.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get a lot of inspiration from going to a normal quilt show
Ideas.
from a guild.
Ideas and admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is nice, which is really good. That's one thing I like about quilting. One of the things I really like about quilting is that it can be very social. A lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
crafts aren't.
Yes.
I've done knitting and crocheting and needlepoint and embroidery and all kinds of crafts, and they're all pretty solitary things. And when I discovered
You're
quilting,
not a writer, are you? No.
well,
No.
to a point.
Yeah, and that's lonely too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
But this is not.
Well,
Or you can
we
work.
sew in groups. I have a mini group with 9 people in it. We get together every Friday and sew together for the day. And you take classes. You go to quilt shows together. We go shopping together. The quilt stores will have what they call a shop hop, where they, like 8 or 10 stores get together and have a 4-day event. And if you go to their shops, you get stamps on a card, and you can get in drawings and stuff like that. But the fun part is you're going with your friends. So, 5 of us in a car, and we're going there. We find out where the good places are to eat. And
Of course.
And of course, eating is really important for quilters.
Because it
It
just is.
and we can always get good recommendations from quilt stores on where's a good place around to eat. So we'll spend a couple days just going shopping, but doing it as a group or as a small group.
Oh, neat.
And it really is a lot of fun. And then we have meetings that are fun and entertaining and educational, and a lot of classes. And there's a lot of social stuff along with
Okay.
quilting,
Okay.
which is especially important when you're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
They say that's one of the biggest problems with older people is social isolation.
Ah.
And when you're in a guild, you don't get that. You can probably get it if you want it, but you don't need to.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things to do and places to go and people to talk to.
Okay.
It's a very social activity,
Oh,
I
good.
think. And that's one thing. That's why I decided to be a quilter, and I gave up all my other crafts.
Ah. Okay.
Didn't have room for them anyway.
Yes. Okay, we're going to get this done and come back. Okay, here we are again. And Colleen, you are president.
Mm-hmm.
What does the president do?
Well, the main thing is, the main requirement for being president is you're not afraid to talk in front of a group.
Ah,
Because you lead the meetings.
yes.
And so we have just 2 kinds of meetings. We have a regular meeting, a general guild meeting every month, and then a board meeting, which is sort of planning with a smaller group. And That's mostly what it is.
You can talk.
Yeah.
You can talk to people.
And I'm not afraid to talk. A lot of people are afraid to talk in front of a group.
Yeah, my mother was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of was for a while, and it was interesting because I joined the Guild almost 25 years ago when I retired, and I remember being at a meeting, and I think it might have been show and tell. We do show and tell, not just little kids.
What a surprise.
We do show and
What
tell.
a surprise. They show and tell.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I was in front of this big group, and all of a sudden, it kind of, I remember this feeling coming over me thinking, this is a very accepting group. Nobody's judging. They're all welcoming, and they want to hear what you have to say. And after that, I haven't had any problem talking in front of a group at all, especially when it's Guild and Quilters.
Wow. Wow.
It was amazing. It was
This is-
like a curtain came up. Kind of.
Yes, the Foothill Quilters Guild is a friendly group.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. People have friends, and sometimes that's the only time you get to see them, but yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And we have people that are designated to help new members come and show them around, and because a lot of things are going on at meetings besides just the meeting itself. We have all these tables around the outside because we have a lot of activities going on. So we have workshops, we have speakers, and when we have speakers, we often have a workshop they teach. And we will get some really well-known teachers coming and teaching a class. And I have, they've written books, and I have a lot of those classes that I took. And we have some challenge, like I mentioned. We'll have a block of the month.
When you say challenge, what do you mean?
That's where they give you some criteria.
Try to do this.
Yeah, criteria. Well, another quilt I brought was one. It was to make a patriotic quilt.
Okay.
And so you've got the criteria. Another one that's going on there with another guild of mine, they want you to do a self-portrait quilt.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I'm not sure I'm going to do that.
Okay.
A friend of mine, I've been in charge of a challenge occasionally. One time we did one, well, actually it was just before COVID. In fact, we had our meeting, and the next day California closed down. So we had our meeting, and it was where we're showing our challenge quilts. And the challenge was we took a page from a magazine and you take an inspiration to make a quilt from that page of the magazine. And I think it was page 32, because we were 32 years old at the time, something like that. And so mine was, I found an ad for Fresh Step, which is a cat thing. I think it's litter box stuff.
Okay.
And the thing said, "Where's the cat?" That was the ad said. So I did a quilt of a cat. And I called it "Here's the Cat." So that was my challenge quilt.
Cool.
And we had several others, that was kind of the theme of the challenge. Sometimes they give you special fabrics and use these in a quilt, or there's all kinds of different kinds of challenges, but that's what we call a challenge.
Well, I have, as I'm thinking about this group and these groups, are any men involved?
A few.
A few.
Not
Good.
very many, yeah.
Not very many, but some.
Some.
Good for them.
And lots of times what men do is they learn how to quilt, then decide they're professionals and make money from it.
The nerve!
I know. And they write books and
so which means that anybody can do that
if they want to.
if they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're doing this for yourself and to give them away.
Yeah, we do a lot of community service
Yeah.
too. The guilds all do what we call community service, which is we make quilts and we give them away.
To who?
To mostly nonprofits in the community where they
In this community.
yeah, it's generally the local community.
This is Auburn. This is Auburn. Had great community. Yes.
Yeah, and we've sent quilts to like fire in Southern California, and we sent quilts to Paradise when they had the fires there. So most of our normal quilts go to our local community, or hospitals. Police carry quilts in their cars when when they intervene in a family problem, and that helps the kids. There's a lot. We made preemie quilts for a long time. We made quilt things for a while. We made little pillows for breast cancer survivors. They were part of a kit that were given to them. We've done a whole lot of different things. We make quilts for veterans, wheelchair quilts, all kinds of different things. All the guilds do that.
Well, that's
it's
lovely.
amazing how much need is out there.
That's lovely. I'm so impressed. I'm so gratified.
Yeah.
This is Foothill Quilters Guild. Huh. And they have, you've got lots of stuff, and you do wonderful things.
Yep, I think so too. And I like that about it too.
Oh, of course you do.
Our last meeting, in fact, was a community service work day. So we, instead of starting at 12:30, we started at 9. And people brought their sewing machines and all their stuff. And we had kits they gave us. We laid them all out, made quilts and pillowcases, make a lot of pillowcases too. And we finished at 3. We took a little break in between for a business meeting.
Ah,
But
wow.
that was the day. How the day was spent. That was fun.
all right. This is her third quilt that she brought, and it says, you can't see it, but it says "Home of the Brave." Stars, and stars and stars. It's hooray!
This was made as a Quilt of Valor. Quilt of Valor is something a lot of the quilters are involved in. It's a nationwide organization that gives quilts to people, service people, and veterans who have been touched by war.
Ah.
And my husband got one a few years ago, and he said it was the first time he'd ever been thanked for his service. So we meet now at the Veterans Hall in Auburn, which is a wonderful place. Veterans Hall in Auburn on East Street. And so we are making quilts for veterans, sort of as a thank you for letting us meet there.
Oh, my!
And this was mine, and this actually this little pattern, this was a class I took from Peggy Wormington. It's just scraps. It was scraps, and we just made all these in class, and I decided to use them in this quilt.
Neat,
Yeah.
neat. Let's leave it here. It's because I like it. Okay. I want you to know that all along Lincoln Way, we've got quilts in the stores. In stores.
Mm-hmm.
All over the place, and that they're there to say, look at us, we are doing Foothills Quilters Guild, the 41st annual quilt show, September 19 and 20 at
Parkside Church.
Parkside Church, yes, 3885 Richardson Drive in North Auburn. Colleen, this is wonderful. I've learned so much.
It's a great organization.
It is a great organization, yeah. and I'm thrilled to be here and to share it with you and me.
Me too.
Okay. Thank you very much, Colleen.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.